Well, folks, welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Joe James.
Is there a lion behind me?
And a couple of tigers and bears.
Oh, my. Hey, welcome to Las Vegas. I'm Kenny Chandler. We'd like to invite everybody to come join us on Fridays from 1 to 2 on WCOBM. And guess what?
We're going to take you beyond the cloud
and into the stars. I love it.
Here we are, folks, back at Beyond the Cloud. Got Mickey Manning here with Kenny Chandler, my co-host, and we have Jimmy J.
WMEX, Boston, Massachusetts. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah!
Jimmy.
Hello.
Is this Jiminy Cricket?
This is Jimmy's sister. He couldn't. Hey, listen. Nice. Does that mean I got to pray now?
I was thinking of you, Kenny, so I got all excited there for a minute.
Geez, thanks. Best compliment I had in years.
What's going on out in Vegas, baby?
You are. You are, my man.
Thanks for having me on your show, seriously.
No, listen, I want to mention that Joe James and myself were on your show last Saturday.
Yeah.
And boy,
the ratings went right down the tubes.
I was going to say, I was going to say,
we try to help.
It's the worst ratings you've had in your history.
I'll leave Kenny at home next time.
Thank you.
I'll come in
Again?
twice.
Again.
You know,
Always.
The best part of this whole show, you know, you may think I can't see you, but I have vision, baby, and I can see Mickey there, man, and she's looking fine can be. She adds some class to this show.
Thank you.
That's
What I'm saying.
That's for
Well,
sure.
thank you.
No doubt about that.
I knew I liked you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
we
we were
go way back.
wait, about 30 seconds ago.
You know, he was telling us a story.
That's what I was going to say.
Can we hear about that?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay, let me set it up because
Okay.
we were talking about Mickey doing Lucille Ball, and then Jimmy said, well, I met Lucille, so tell us how you met Lucille Ball.
Well, it was really interesting. What happened was I was invited to Hawaii to do a thing with Don Ho, which was really, really cool.
Don Ho.
And
Tiny
I
bubbles.
was there, you know, and I brought my tiny bubbles, and, you know, it was really good, you know.
Your tiny
I had a
buds.
couple of big bubbles, too, but most of them were tiny.
No, you always had tiny bubbles. Let's be truthful here. Come on, man. You're at it again with your nonsense.
Whoa, that's another show.
You weren't supposed to be peeking at my bubbles, so I don't know what you were doing. But anyway.
What a bubble.
Doesn't mean I'm not a nice person.
In all seriousness, Lucy was there taping the TV show. So wasn't, I don't know if you remember a comedian by the name of Norm Crosby.
Oh, sure.
He used to be on the Tonight Show all the time.
Big star.
Yes.
Yeah, big star.
Yeah, and so anyway, you know, we're backstage hanging out, and Don says to me, Jimmy, have you met Lucy yet? And I go, no, hey, how you doing? And her daughter was there, too.
Hey, how you doing?
And then all of a sudden I go, wait a minute. In my head, I go, he just said, hey, I met Lucy yet. And then I realized, that's Lucille Ball. Oh, my God. You know, and it was like a trip. And we actually went out to dinner with her that night and went to Don's show. And we had a great day. We spent the whole day together. I didn't spend the night with her because her husband was there. He does ENS. But, you know.
Well, you could have if you'd brought your bongos.
Yeah, there you go. I could have brought my bongos. That's right. But anyway, it was really interesting, and she was really awesome. And it was like a shock because it was just so passive. You know, hey, I met Lucy yet? No, okay, hey, how you doing? You know. But that's the way things go backstage. I've met pretty much anyone I've ever wanted to meet in my life. I've been very, very fortunate, and it all started many years ago for me, back when I was, I think, 13 years old. The first recording artist that I ever remember meeting was Roy Orbison. Now, that was a pretty good start.
Wow, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it was, you know, I was kind of an aggressive kid back then because I knew what I wanted. I knew, you know, believe it or not, I knew I wanted to be a DJ when I was, however old you are in first grade, what are you, 6 or 7, something like that.
Young.
And I went to parochial school, and the nun there, Sister Julia, had a microphone made for me. Seriously, it was like a little wooden dowel with a fake microphone on top, and she'd call me up in front of the class, and she'd go, Jimmy, I want you to make an announcement on your microphone. It didn't work, but I was cool doing it, and she'd tell me what to say, and I'd go, class, Sister Julia wants to say something to us, which is better than Cheech and Chong going, class, now class. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I just got carried away there for a minute. But
That's
anyway,
okay. That's what we do.
That was, that's how I started in radio way back then. And, I'm now known as the DJ of the stars. And, a lot of people say, how do you know so many celebrities? And, this hasn't happened overnight. I've nurtured this thing since I was a kid, since I was a little kid.
Where was
and
this?
I've been very fortunate.
Where was this, Jimmy? Where was this? What city?
In Quincy. I was in Quincy, Massachusetts.
Oh, Quincy, okay.
And Quincy, Massachusetts, where second president John Adams came from, and our sixth president, John Quincy Adams. And I don't know what president number he was, but a lot of people don't know that George Bush was born in Massachusetts as well, right next to Quincy in Milton. But a lot of people think he was born in Texas, but he really was born. And then we've actually had 4 presidents come from here. We've had Jimmy J, too, the president of the Jimmy J Entertainment Company. So there you go.
Wow.
But no, I've had a blast. I've met, I've nurtured these relationships. And Kenny, you and I were talking about a very, very good friend of mine earlier today, Dave Somerville.
Dave Somerville. Diamonds.
And,
lead singer of the Diamonds.
My heart is still crushed over Dave's passing. And I've, seriously, and people know this, I think I'm taking the passing of Dave Somerville harder than I took the passing of my father. It's a pretty horrible thing to say, but it's a true statement. Dave and I were so tight.
Wow.
And we talked almost every day. And if he was out of the country somewhere, he'd send me an email or whatever. And I got a great Dave Somerville story. You want to hear a fun story?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is fun. For the folks that are listening, Dave Somerville was the lead singer of the Diamonds. He started out in Canada. I got a couple of great ones. When he was with the Canadian Broadcasting Company, the Queen made her first visit to Canada. It's a true story now. Made her first visit to Canada, and they were doing an interview with her outside, and the wind was blowing, and you know how wind sounds on microphones. It's horrible. And they didn't know what to do about it because they didn't have a microphone cover. So Dave, his buddy, reaches into his wallet, serious, true story, pulls out a condom and lays it over.
I knew he was going to say that.
Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, did she know what it was?
Yes, she did. She thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, really? That old devil. I always wondered about her. I knew she was a savage. You know what I mean?
I've got another great Dave Somerville story. We were at Foxwoods Casino, which is one of the biggest, most profitable casinos in America, and it's in Connecticut, Mass. In fact, it was the night Whitney Houston died. And so Dave and I were together, and after a show, now Dave headlined in the main room, and everybody knew who Dave was, and so he comes up to me after and says, "Hey Jimmy, you want to go out for dinner?" I go, "Sure, let's go." He goes, "I got these vouchers, man. We can eat anywhere in this hotel for free, because I'm a star." I go, "Okay, cool, let's do it." So he goes, "I had my eye on this restaurant down the road. Let's go down there." So we walk over to this restaurant, and we go in, and we ordered lobster and prime rib and everything you possibly could imagine. We ordered outrageously, okay, and I think we even bought a bottle of wine, which I don't drink wine, but Dave will have a drink of wine once in a while. But we just did it up, and we were talking about how incredibly great it was and how it was even better when you don't have to pay for it. Well, it's true, it's better when there's no bill at the end, and we had a night of real, I mean, I've always known Dave real well, but this was the first time I think that we were able to really sit down, just the two of us, you know, without our wives being there or our fans being around or any of that kind of stuff. And we had an unbelievable night. And at the end of the night, you know, the bill came over and Dave gave the girl the voucher and he signed the paper and that was it. And we were talking about how incredibly great the food was and how great it was that we didn't have to pay for it. So the next night, next morning, Dave flies back to California, and I go back to Boston. And he calls me right when he gets off the plane, you know, almost like my wife would do. Honey, I'm here. So he calls me and he says, oh, what a great night we had last night. And I'm telling you, Dave, it was best. And I said, you know, and the best thing was, you know, we didn't have to pay for it. And he goes, oh, by the way, when I woke up this morning, there was a bill under my door. I said, for what? He goes, for almost $400. He goes, what was the bill for? I said, he goes, that was the only restaurant that wasn't included.
Hey, Jimmy, I hope you brought a doggy bag.
Oh my God, we gotta, Jimmy. We're gonna go for a break. We'll be right back. It's a terrific story. Right back from word from Effortless.
Experience the difference beyond the cloud. Your desktop, your mobility, and your security, 24/7 support. Take your business beyond the cloud. Work less, worry less, effortless.